Hello everybody and welcome to the Game Shed with me, Jamie. Now if you keep an eye on our channel, you will have seen recently we did an unboxing of the JXD S7800. That was kindly done by Mark, and today's video I'm going to show you two features of the JXD. Now, here it is. What I'm going to do, I'm going to plug in the HDMI and capture everything directly from the screen. So in today's video what you're going to see is you're going to see the inbuilt Happy Chick app, possibly the worst named app in the world, and you're going to see GameSome, a game playing interface of sorts which will help your navigation around your game files, your ROMs and your emulators a lot more pleasant. So without further ado, I'm going to delve into this. Okay, so here we are on the home screen. It looks exactly the same as any other Android tablet screen. You can lay it out as per your wishes, or just have it an utter shambles like I have mine. So I've had this a week. I haven't spent any time tarting it up or making it look snazzy. I've just left it to its own free devices. When I've downloaded something, it's just put an icon wherever it chooses, and this is what it looks like. It looks a mess. So what I'm going to be doing is talking you through the Happy Chick app first of all. So I'm going to press my app icon over on the right in the middle. Then we go. There's all of the apps I so far have on this tablet. This wonderful JXD. I'm going to be talking about the Game Center app, you can see there. And this, as far as I can tell, is exactly the same as the Happy Chick app, which you can see on the bottom row. Doesn't matter which version, which one of those two icons you press, should take you to the same place. Now, one thing you're going to need to do when you get your JXD, you will find that Happy Chick or Game Center is pre-installed on the system. However, it is version 1.1.1. You are going to need to upgrade that because, as far as I know and as far as I've experienced, this actually stopped functioning in mid-January 2015. Now, there is an option to upgrade and update the app inside the app itself by going to the option and pressing update. However, I found it did absolutely nothing, to which I was rather bemused. However, there is a very, very simple workaround. If we go to our browser, you can see that on the top row in the middle. Click on browser and enter the following website. There you go, xiaoji001.com. That takes you to the Happy Chick game emulator official page, and if you press that big green button, Android download, it downloads the latest APK file and you will be able to install the latest version. So once you've clicked that button, all you do, press your home button, go to your Explorer, and you can do that by clicking your app button. There you can see under E, Explorer. Then you want to navigate to your internal memory, then to your download, and within download you will find the app. There you go, Happy Chick. You can see I downloaded that on the 29th of January 2015. So you click that. I also have a random download of Alex Kidd in Miracle World, just so you know. So you click the Happy Chick app and it says, do you want to install it? Press yes. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. It's updated. So if we go back into it, you will see this. So we can click on either Happy Chick or Game Center. I'm going to click on Game Center just for the sake of, so you know, it's version 1.3.4. This is the current version as of now. I think it's 30th of January or something today. This is what you're presented with. Do not worry about what I suspect there to be Chinese. That is the only place you will not find English in this app. So do not worry about it at all. Everything else is in English. So there's a number of options along the top. Home, this is the current screen. On the current screen you can see there's recommended topics. Now those topics you can find, there is an option on the far right hand side at the top as well. That is just, it's groupings of games. For example, Fire Emblem. If you go in there you'll find a Game Boy version, you'll find I think 3 Super Famicom versions, you'll find a Nintendo DS version of Fire Emblem. Final Fantasy, it'll accumulate all of the Final Fantasies this system can play and put it into one handy topic for you. That's all that is. Above that there is a search function, so if you're looking for a particular game on a particular system, just bang the name into that there field. Underneath that you have hot categories, racing, etc. So you just click on that and it will bring you up just a random selection of games of that category. Underneath that, if we scroll, you can see recent games. Now there's 4 games there. These are recent games I have downloaded. So looking at the rest of this app, you have other features at the top. The one most important thing is where you can see on the top right hand corner the number 2 and the download. That you can click to check on the progress of your currently downloading games. So you can see there I've got 2 games downloading. Next to that there is an option button. You don't really need to mess around with that. It lets you apparently upgrade the app, etc. You really probably won't even need to touch that. So looking along the top bar, Android is the next category, so let's click that, and that takes us to our Android games. These are the Android games you will find in the Play Store. However, it just lets you download them. You don't need to put in any payment details or anything like that. Don't quite know how they got away with that, but they did. So all you do, you click the download symbol on the right hand side, it goes straight into the memory of your JXD. Next up is the new category, and that's the most recently uploaded games. Base Rush Dream, Climax Ladders on the Dreamcast, Air on the Dreamcast. Now each of these games, it tells you the size, it tells you the rating. I don't know who's rating these, but it tells you the rating, it tells you the platform. So here on Base Rush Dream you can see DC, that's Dreamcast. It's 123.6 meg. It tells you what category it is. So here it says ETC or etc. So that didn't fit into a category apparently, even though I do believe this should be a sports game. And JPN, it's a Japanese game. So if we scroll down, let's have a look at what other bits and pieces we've got. Crow, the City of Angels, it's on the PlayStation, it's an action game, it's 177 meg, and it's English. So that's what the new category is about. It gives you a little number, how many games they've recently updated. So we've got 26 there. Press hot, and these are the games people are downloading currently. Now you can see here, King of Fighters 97, it's a versus, and I'll get onto that in a second. But it also says download next to it, whereas if you look underneath Super Mario Brothers, it has the start icon. That's because I've already downloaded it, so you can just play it straight from here. Then we move across to the next category, and that's topics. And there you go, there's all your topics again. So if you want to look at all the Digimon games, you just click that. There's 42 games in there, happy days. Pokemon, 93 games, etc, etc. Look at that, Rockman, 99 games. King of Fighters, there's 18. So if you want to do that, Bob's your uncle. 31 different Legends of Zelda in there, and that'll be different ports, different languages, etc, etc. So let's go back to our home, and you can hit that by pressing the menu along the top. Let's just do that. Okay, so the menu along the bottom, home, category, play, online and forum. Currently we're on home. Let's go to category, and this is my most used field here. Category. This brings up the different gaming systems which can be downloaded from this app. This isn't the exclusive list of systems that this JXD plays. This is just everything that's contained within this app. So you can see there PSP, Dreamcast, there's Android, Game Boy Advance, Arcade, SNES, there's Mega Drive. So you know, it's a large array. So that's platforms, or if you'd prefer, you can click categories and you can bring up all the action games together, all the strategy games, all the sports games, first person shooters, racing games, whatever you like best. So let's go back to platforms. Let's open up MAME. So it takes a little while, it took a few seconds there to load. That's because the servers are based in, I think, China, and they are not very fast, but they're not terribly slow. So there is a little bit of a delay in there, but nothing for you to get worried about. Okay, so you can see here I've downloaded a number on this first page. I haven't downloaded them all, so I'm going to show you how to download quickly. So if we look at Metal Slug 2, all you do, you press the download icon. Bang. It gives you two options. It gives you the cloud mirror and it gives you the official download. Now, as I previously mentioned, the servers are in China, and often, I say often, since I've had this in the last week, the servers have gone down once. I've heard that they do go down occasionally. So this version of Happy Chick, this 1.3.4, this has actually brought up this new option, this cloud mirror. So if the official servers are down, you can download your game from a mirror, which is very handy. It will be the same file but from somewhere else. So all you do, choose whichever option you want. I'm going to choose official download, and that's it, done. You can see in the top left hand corner, Metal Slug 2 download started. Okay, that's all there is to downloading games. It will be ready, and you will see when I go back to my next option. So we go back using the arrow on the top left hand corner of the game. The screen. So that's this all covered off. Bottom center, play. Click that. There you go, my download's completed. And what this is going to do, this is going to take a second because it's going to look for new ROMs on your system. And this screen takes the longest to load. Okay, depending on how many ROMs you've slammed into your system recently. And I have slammed in lots. Not always via this app, in fact hardly ever via this app. I don't tend to use this app much. I use a more traditional method of inserting a USB cable and navigating the file system on my laptop. Anyway, here are all the games that this system has picked up. So at the moment it's categorized under all. So there's Metal Slug. And to play the game, all I'd have to do is simply press that play button on the right hand side. Here's some of the other games it's picked up, all different systems. Now these ones here that don't have a cover, that is ones I have downloaded externally away from this app. Now that might be problematic to you. You might like the covers that you can see on the top lot. Do not worry about that. Keep watching this video and I will show you a very nice app whereby you can view the games with all their covers. Okay, so if you don't like the look of all of the games on one screen, you can use the navigation menu along the top here to select which platform you want. So if I click on MAME, that brings me up just my MAME ROMs. GBC for Game Boy Color, Neo Geo Pocket, Arcade, Dreamcast, N64, PlayStation, Game Boy Advance, NES, Mega Drive, DS, SNES, PSP, and Android. Okay, that's all the games this Happy Chick app allows you to play from within it. So moving on from this option here, this is the main option you will find yourself in within the app. If you click on online on the bottom menu, in we go. Now there's 4 games in here. This is a new option. These are online versus games. Okay, I haven't tried any of them out. As you can see here, I haven't downloaded any of them because I don't really see myself playing online against other people. However, if you like the King of Fighters 97, definitely give it a try. But the one thing I'm quite curious about is Ninja Baseball Batman and Dungeons and Dragons. They are both side-scrolling beat-em-ups. Now I don't know how that is a versus game. Perhaps it's co-op, I just don't know. That's not one I've tried, so if you've tried it, leave a comment below, let me know. Next up is the forum. So if you select the forum menu from the bottom, here we go. This takes a little while to load. There we go. And this is all questions people have posed. This is the official Happy Chick forum. You see there, add a search function, how to download games. Where's the people of Happy Chick? Don't know. There's obviously a lot of illiteracy on here. Wonder Boy and Monsterland. Just pose a question. If you get stuck, pose a question on here. And other users will answer you, hopefully. That is the Happy Chick app. Now, I would show you me playing one of my games, but When you record, I am recording this via an HD PVR2 via the HDMI cable, and when you select one of the games, the HD PVR will not register the change in resolution from this home screen to the game screen, and it will crash the PVR. So I'll bring you some footage, but away from this section of the video, so stay tuned, you'll see lots of footage. Right, so I'm going to navigate to my home screen, and I'm going to show you the very first application I actually downloaded. So if we go in here, next to the Game Center, you will see GameSome. GameSome is a visual launcher for your emulators. Emulators are the virtual representation of your old school console. So your Mega Drive, your SNES, your PlayStation, that is an emulator. You can see I've got emulators on apps here. So you've got Ataroid, that's an Atari 2600 emulator. You've got, what else is on this screen? FC NES emulator. There you go, does what it says on the tin, it plays Famicom or NES games. Got a GBA emulator, etc. So GameSome is a launcher for these apps, but with an added bonus. So, excuse me while I press my volume for no particular reason. I'm going to launch GameSome. There we go. Visual representation. So in here I can launch any of my emulators by clicking on whichever one I want to load. So let's pick, let's go TurboGrafx 16. In we go. Look at that. It visually represents each of the games. It's not just a list of words, it is the game covers. And this is just, I've got 61 titles in here, and this is just ones I've downloaded and dragged and dropped via my laptop by navigating the file structure. All very nice. If you want to play around, or if you want to use this app, I should say, what you're going to have to do, if you press the top left hand option, this little arrow that says scanner progress next to that, if you press that, if you press the top option where it says PCE.emu, that is the PC Engine emulator. That allows me to play all my TurboGrafx games. So if I click that, it gives you various options. So if you don't have the required emulator, it tells you what you need. Okay, it has a little X next to it. So if I didn't have PCE.emu on this system, it would say, it would be greyed out, it would say PCE.emu and have an X next to it. So you go on the Play Store, go on the internet, do whatever you got to do and find that emulator. Okay, it's as simple as that. Put it on your memory card or your internal memory and install it. It's very easy. Okay, so then you select whichever emulator you want, and that is how it's launched. Then you set your ROM directory. You can see that, the second option down there, set ROM directory, and that's just the folder in which you are saving your games. So if I show you what I mean, this is my games folder. So if I go back one, there you go, there's all my normal folders. So in games, scroll down and I find PC Engine there, and I'll set this folder, bosh, and then it will scan that folder and bring up all the game covers. Now to load one of these games, all you do, press and hold, and that menu comes up, launch game, edit game data, or show game details. Simple. Right, so let's see what else I've got in here. To do that, to get back to the home menu, press platform selection on the left hand side. So I've got, let's have a look at Game Gear. There you go, got loads of games. You can see there's doubles and triples and quadruples of certain games. In fact, I haven't actually opened this up since I dragged and dropped all of my Game Gear games on here. What I did, I downloaded a complete ROM pack. That means every version of every game ever released for the Game Gear. I dragged and dropped all of those files onto my memory card last night, I think it was. Haven't opened this app since, but now it's scanning for all the games. As you can see there, if you look on the top, it says total 72, 73, 4, 5, and it's just filing them all. Now why do I have doubles and triples of every game? That's because they're different languages, different different files. Some will be slightly edited, some will be smaller file sizes. There's all sorts of different reasons for having multiple versions. I haven't spent long enough on this at the moment to tidy up all my files and all that stuff, so if you are one for keeping a nice filing structure, etc., just spend a little time. Make sure you know what you're putting onto your JXD or your memory card, otherwise you will display everything and you don't necessarily want all the junk like this. I've got 6 copies of Battleship on here. It wastes space and it wastes time as well. I just want to quickly navigate my games, but there you go. So if you look, for example, Dracula at the top there, you've got 2 versions of Bram Stoker's Dracula. I've got a European one and a USA one. So in some circumstances, a European and a US game might slightly differ. There might be blood options on one, there might, you know, be a special cheat on another file. So if you want, feel free to download every single version of every game and put it on your JXD. You've got more than enough space. But if you are someone who likes to keep your file structure nice and tidy, then definitely spend some time sorting out your ROMs manually. So let's have a look at another platform. Let's look at my Nintendo 64 collection, and I shall show you something on here. There you go. I haven't got many games on here. I've got 6. The first one, 1900541. Okay, what that is an N64 game I downloaded from Happy Chick. Right, when you download a game from Happy Chick, it does not name the file. Okay, it recognizes the file name in the Happy Chick app for you to open in the Happy Chick app, and it gives it the cover, etc. So if you're not one for, as I said, messing around with files on the computer, use your Happy Chick app. You won't see these numbered files, etc. But if you like to play around and use this GameSome and you know, put all your files in one folder, including ROMs you've downloaded off the internet and you already have on a memory card somewhere, then if you combine them with your Happy Chick ROMs, you're going to get this. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Most of my games I already had on my laptop and I just dragged them over to here, and that's the ones you can see here with the covers. Simple as that. That is why that one appears like that. The Legend of Zelda USA, don't know why that hasn't got a cover. I'll try and download a different ROM. There's loads out there, so I will try and download a different one and hopefully it will fix that issue straight away. Nintendo 64 does run very, very smoothly on here. Conker's Bad Fur Day I know doesn't, but that is a ROM which generally will not run on any emulation at all. Right, so back to platform selection, and let's bring up NES. Look at this. So in here we've got your official NES games, and you've got those dodgy Famicom carts like the 118 in one, 150 in one, and 1997 in one. So you've got all your pirate games and you've got all your official games, and that was just another drag and drop file situation. Lovely. So going back, platform selection, what else have I got on here? I've got, I think, some PlayStation games. No, I haven't yet. They're in the Happy Chick app. So there you go. Great example. So I haven't even selected PlayStation as a platform within GameSome. You can see there, it says not installed EPSXE. So if I wanted to play good quality PlayStation emulation on here, you're best off going for something that isn't RetroArch. I haven't had much luck with RetroArch, so I'd want to download either FPSE or EPSX, and it tells me they're not installed, so I go away and find those files, put them on here, select that as a platform, and then I'd throw some extra ROMs on here and set the directory like so. So what do we have in here? Select platform. I've got loads of Mega Drive games. There we go. Look at that. This is a great thing for nostalgia. Shove this in front of one of your friends and let them go wild. Pick any game they want. beautiful. It's not the fastest app in the world, as you can see. It's slightly laggy, but it does the trick. So back we go. Platform selection. What haven't? Oh, I haven't looked at SNES. Look at that. Tons and tons and tons and tons. Enough to keep even the most cynical person happy. So you can see some of the emulators that this app supports: the Atari Lynx, MSX, PSP, the Neo Geo Pocket, the Wonder Swan, Virtual Boy, which emulates amazingly. So if you never got to play a Virtual Boy, now's your chance. The Commodore, the Atari 2600, etc. Now, it is worth bearing in mind, if you tend to use the Happy Chick app, it will generally assign an emulator for you. Now, I wasn't very happy with the emulators that it assigned to the games I was playing, because there were no filtering options, etc. I like to play with all my filters off, so you get the raw gameplay experience. That's just, for me, a personal choice, and I couldn't turn off the smoothing on some of the pre-installed emulators, so I went away and downloaded other versions. That's just me, and that's what I like. So that's about it for this video. This is that was a quick look at both Happy Chick and GameSome on the JXD S7800B. An absolutely amazing dual analog stick, full button array Android tablet that we picked up a pair of from funstock.co.uk. So thanks for watching, guys, and until the next time, see you later.